Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel, the greatest travel show ever made in this part, in this neighborhood in Warsaw, and perhaps in Warsaw ever, actually. In English, a language that we almost speak here in the studio. I've been taking lessons from Professor Ivo Bender, my guest, for many years. He has helped me to improve my communication skills immeasurably.
Which have not been terrible, really, to begin with.
They weren't horrible.
No.
Well, thank you, sir.
There's always room for improvement.
In my case, there's plenty of room for
There's plenty of room still, yes.
I wholly agree.
With diligence and hard work, you will reach the stars.
I am vociferous about my humility.
I like that.
Yeah.
Fake humility is actually the worst kind of pride.
Yes, it seems to be the normal behavior today. Yeah.
And virtue signaling, yes.
And virtue signaling, yeah. Which I've never been a virtue signaler. I always thought you were supposed to give things anonymously, and your reward would come from Providence and, you know, the big guy upstairs, or wherever he is. He's not upstairs, he's everywhere. Then, by doing this, that's a proof of selflessness, by not getting congratulated. As soon as you start broadcasting how beautiful your donations are, you become,
Shall we say a Pharisee?
A Pharisee, yeah.
Yeah. But then you wouldn't accumulate enough likes on Facebook.
It's Harold von Kursk! I didn't know you were going to be with us on this episode. You had to take a phone call.
I made the phone call.
You did? Who was it to?
Courier service.
A courier service. What, a curry service or a courier service?
Yes, they were delivering a diplomatic pouch.
Not a diplomatic curry.
No, a diplomatic pouch.
Because I know how fond you are of Indian food. Yeah.
Urgent documents of state.
Virgin document. Okay. Those are the best kind?
Urgent.
Oh, not virgin, urgent. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, very good. All right, you're back with us. And on the last program, we were talking about myths of COVID. Are there any others before we get to your scintillating travel story?
I dispute the myths of COVID. I think it's a deadly virus which has killed millions.
No, I didn't say
people.
COVID was a myth. I said there have been myths propagated about COVID. That's a different thing.
Yes, but I think they tend to be propagated by those who are more likely to align with right-wing forces, anti-vaxxers, and those people who want to pretend
no, wrong.
that COVID is an illness manipulated by governments to suppress individual freedoms.
Harold, calm down. This is not.
I'm very calm.
You're not Trotsky. This is not 1917.
I mean, one has to learn intellectual rigor at some point, Will.
Hold on. We were talking about surfaces. They said surfaces would transmit, and they don't. That's what I was talking about. Real things, not, gobbledygook, intellectual gobbledygook. The other one being Fauci and others, and the CDC saying don't wear a mask 14 months ago or 13 months ago.
He said that for 1 month. He said that for one month.
It was
science wasn't
It was
in.
still a myth, and we're talking about when the thing started.
Yeah, but why are you repeating it if not just to tarnish Fauci, who's probably been the greatest...
Listen, there is nothing I could do to tarnish his reputation that he hasn't done already for himself. So.
Well,
Don't
I'm
worry
not
about
a Trumpist from the
I couldn't
Republican
possibly
Party,
contribute.
So I endorse Dr. Fauci.
I'm not endorsing any bureaucrat who gets paid more than the President of the United States and is useless.
Well, then you shouldn't align yourself with the forces of disinformation, sir.
I'm not aligning myself with any forces of disinformation. I gave two empirical examples to which you cannot argue, and here you go again as if you were Lenin on a stand in St. Petersburg.
Well, I can't help if you erect straw man arguments to refute a fundamental truth.
Harold, strong man arguments. Those are my arguments.
Well, strong man could
not
be
straw
used
man.
also.
I use a strong man argument.
I don't identify with strong men like
I always use a strong man argument.
And Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. I can see that your deep existential funk is carrying over into this episode.
No, I'm getting energized by the enjoyment I'm taking in debunking your comments.
The next thing you'll be telling me is that Joe Biden is the next Abraham Lincoln, which is fine.
No, but he might be the next FDR or LBJ.
Really?
I think he's leading America down to the next making of the Great Society.
Really, that
worked Great.
which works beautifully.
I think LBJ introduced some of the most profound and deep-reaching reforms that American society ever encountered.
The Vietnam War, foremost among them. Great
I'm
reform.
sorry, but it was
Great reform
Kennedy
to
who launched the
60,000
Vietnam
lives,
War.
plus the others, not to mention Agent Orange. But that's okay. You can continue to lose, or we can change the subject. It's up to you. I can do this all day,
You
and I will
brought up
win the whole time.
Politics of anti-vaxxers.
I will win the whole time. Nobody's anti-vaccine. I've had one. Have you?
You're consistently
Have you
losing,
had
like
a vaccine?
Round 12,
Have
and
you-
it's 10
Harold,
to 1
Harold.
for Harold.
Have you had a vaccine?
It's not available. I'm too young.
I've had one. You're too young. You're 81. You were born in 1981. That's unfair. Yeah. You're a young fellow. Just turned 39 last year. And you'll be staying there forever. At any rate, that brings us to the end of this episode. Maybe we'll get to maybe Eva will get to say, stay tuned. Eva may speak in the next episode, and Harold may be quiet for a moment in the next episode and stop talking rubbish. And we also may get to your great turtle story. So there we are, folks. Stay in for more. I love you, Harold. And see you on the next episode. See everybody else too. Bye.